Hello, I'm Blade BowQuest, Black Desert Online player and streamer, but also AFK Arena streamer. Actually not streamer, but player. So I got into this right before TwitchCon, and I've been playing it just about every day since then for months. It's a mobile game, and I actually really enjoy it. This is not a sponsored video, this is just a game I really like. I kind of want to show you guys. It's actually fun, and it's way better than all the advertisements we've been spammed with for months. I've always ignored those until my buddy Corrosion ended up showing me on his phone, and it's pretty cool. So this video is actually going to be going through chapter 20. We're going to be going through all 60 stages. So this is actually a pretty tough chapter, and if we take a look at it here, I'm going to show you guys which team is necessary in order to basically build for this, as well as go through certain bosses and fights like that. So my main lineup is basically a double star ascended Chimera over with a we got a mythic Lucius, Rowan, Rosaline's often in the lineup, and then Fox is just great for those 5v5s. So that's going to be kind of what we're looking at right now. We might rotate in either Belinda for more DPS or Lorson over here in order to hit some of the backlines early. So first things first, let's make sure everybody has their gear. That's good to know. Alright. So you can just remove gear off of a guy pretty easily, pretty quickly. Want him to have this, as that'll increase his attack speed. Even though he's not my DPS, I only really have one DPS in this lineup. So that'll just get his abilities going off a little bit faster. So keep him alive a little more. I definitely have boots somewhere. There we go. Yeah. Alright, so we're going to bring that stuff over. If you guys are unfamiliar with this game, it's actually really in-depth and interesting. There are tons of heroes. You collect these heroes as you get more of them. Battling and things like that. You combine them together and basically they will go up these ascended platforms. There's gear. Has pretty in-depth stats. You can enhance gear. You have to use resources to do it. But for AFK Arena, I'm assuming if you guys are watching this video, you're probably pretty familiar with it. So 50% damage to the enemy with the highest attack, and then it CCs them for 7 seconds. Like, we have a pretty in-depth game system. The whole idea with AFK Arena is that you get experience, you get gold, and you get gear while not playing. Really. They fight, you come here, you collect it, and then you can level up your guys and stuff like that. And then as you progress through the stages, you get more, basically, when you're not playing. Alright, so we're going to build a team. We're using Chimera, Lucius, Rowan, we're going to center here. And Rosaline, yeah, you have stuff. Actually, I didn't check the gear on these guys, so let's double check. So we have nothing there.
May the light protect.
Okay, so let's throw some gear on these guys. And we can do some tests if we need to. But we're going to bring in Fox as our final lineup. Who's right over there. Okay, so Chimera, Lucius, Rowan, Fox, and Rosalind will be fine here. So we want Rowan in the middle. He has an ability that hits coins everywhere, and anyone that gets coins, their haste increases, so their attack speed increases, and it charges up their ultimate. So we want him in the backline center. And yeah, so my power here is 970,000. We're fighting a team of 1,200,000. So let's fight. I'm going to do this at 1x speed, just so you guys can kind of see the battle if you're unfamiliar. Literally just about to die right there. Yeah, look at that. We're probably going to lose our tank. That's over here. He just un-CC'd one of those guys in the back, so he was locked down for 7 seconds. Now these autos, or these ultimates, will go automatically, but I just kind of want, anyone who's unfamiliar, I wanted to show you how this works in the beginning. Now Chimera is so strong that ultimate actually just clears the entire battlefield, and even though we lost the tank early on, it still was a clean wipe there. So alright, we're going to the next stage. And the way this would typically go is you have auto attack on, you have 2x speed. So they're gonna fight. So we have teams of 5 versus 5. and each hero does something different. What really made me like this game is that it basically ends up being like kind of a PvE mini boss. So if you're familiar with raid mechanics of different kinds of games, you can look at what all of these abilities do and really kind of struggle to like solve the problem. I found it pretty fun. These guys aren't that strong, and my team is pretty strong. So we're probably gonna have just like an easy, clean sweep for a little bit. It's definitely okay with me. I've held off on doing chapter 20 for a while now because I wanted to show you guys. A lot of people get so stuck where they will do a battle 20 or 30 times. So this is going to be a boss battle. And the only way to get past it is to wait days or maybe even wait a week until you have enough gear and gold and XP and you've done enough dailies to ascend your heroes and you're just AFK. So even if some of these are a clean sweep, it should hopefully help see what kind of strength is necessary to clear these. So these are actually really good heroes. So Brutus has an ability where if he gets down to almost 5%, he goes immune to damage. He has a nice AoE that can hurt us. This one charges right into the backline, so Rowan's going to take some serious damage. He's also a really strong backline hitter, so is this. And that's a strong not CC, but like places totems everywhere, and his ultimate ricochets off of it, so it's high damage and then good team heals. So I'm overpowered by about 300,000. Still though, Shamira is so strong, that's what my team is based off of, so it should be okay. Let's see. So we CC'd one of the enemies. My backline died because of Estrilda here. We knew that was going to happen. Shamira got her ultimate off, and it's clearing everybody else, and Brutus goes down last because of that ultimate. So these happen pretty quickly, but once you get kind of used to what's going on, you can really anticipate and then you can see what's happening. This thing is way too strong. This is a pretty dang strong tank, so he'll actually take 30% of the defense of the guy that he's facing, which is awful. And then he summons minions all over the place, and then every time these minions die, he gets health back. It's pretty tough to take him down. This is an extremely high DPS. These two don't really matter, and this guy's pretty strong too. So we're actually going to put Rosalind up here. So hopefully he uses his ability taking her defense instead of my tank's defense. We'll see if it works. And Rosalind actually goes over to my strongest hero, Shamira, that's this one, and attaches herself and increases the attack speed, gives her back ultimate. So that's her ultimate, giving Shamira ultimate. Shamira's ultimate is this green stuff that floats around. Those are those ghosts, and it does damage to everyone in the battlefield. So I only have 2 heroes left. And Belinda was CC'd in Fox's coffin. So that's kind of how these heroes work. Yeah, I'd say so far so good. Cool. Alright. As long as we get that Shamira ult down, things go well. I ended up having to take a legendary plus Baden. And if you play this game, you know who that is. If you do not, it is this guy.
There is no hope for the living.
He's pretty cool. He creates a lot of shadows of himself, and they go behind a boss when you're fighting guild bosses together. Then he's really useful. And I had a legendary plus. He was really serving me well. But I used him to ascend Shamira to kind of give me that unbalanced edge, getting just a hero that has such a good AoE ultimate. I ascended it well above the rest of my team, kept it unbalanced, and that really helped my progression. It always feels bad when you take an elite hero, or an ascended hero rather, and give it to another one. And by ascended, I mean these kinds of things. So ascended heroes can go over 160, their level, and then the legendary heroes can only stop at 160, and those are used to power up the other ones. But I've actually really liked this game so much. Corrosion, after he got me into the game, it convinced me to rebuild the guild. I've been a guild leader since basically I was 12 in all different kinds of games. So yes, we built an exceptional Legion AFK arena guild. And it's pretty active with actually a lot of well-known people. We have Koopa Troopa in there, he's a streamer. A lot of people that are my friends. And from the stream, you guys have definitely seen these names. Otis basically sent me to TwitchCon last year with his donations. Prawn is another streamer. Noctwolf is another streamer who I got to work with. Choice, that's the most geared berserker in Black Desert Online. He's one of the top streamers as well. He was online 6 hours ago playing this game. Cookie Guy is big in the mobile game industry. So I ended up building this guild. You guys remember Divios? He was like one of the tankiest and best PvPers in Black Desert for years and years. He had Kill, it's a lot of my friends. And you can see, other than literally 4 people, all of the other 40 members have all played today. So I'm running this active guild. It's pretty fun. Again, this is not a promoted video. Like, I am not being paid for this. I just found this game fun and I wanted to share it with you guys. Actually, I have a major issue with not ever being paid from YouTube advertisement. I don't know if you guys knew that. Literally every YouTube video I've ever made for you guys has just been because I wanted to help. Or promotes the streams and things like that, but I've never gotten ad revenue. 5 years of being on YouTube. It's not good. We're not gonna get into that right now. But yeah, so if you guys are enjoying this stage 1 through 60 progression on chapter 20, leave a like in the video, and you see these 30,000 diamonds. You can unlock 10 heroes by basically opening up a pack of diamonds, just like this right here. 10 heroes, you flip them over. This is a very pay-to-win game, in case that wasn't clear. I spent 50 bucks the first day. I'm not going to spend any more money, but I did actually. I found it really worthwhile. So I played this game for like 4 or 5 months, almost daily. So you can kind of flip these over and collect these heroes. Well, if this video gets 100 likes, then I'll make another one of these videos, because I don't know if you guys even like my AFK Arena content or not. And we'll open all 27,000. So you guys can see 100 heroes being unlocked, and then we'll go through the Ascension. And that can be a separate video. Alright, so we got another boss, so we're at stage 8 of chapter 20. So Nero's crazy, so if these other guys die, he actually heals. And Shamira, I mean, this is my team carry. So they have a Shamira, and it's the same exact level. It's the same Ascension, which is not good. This one makes everybody a lot faster on the team, and this guy CCs people very well. Fortunately, I have Fox, so that's going to lock down Shamir for about 7 seconds, not 90 seconds. And we're going to move Rosalind a little bit closer to Shamir over here. But all of this should work. There's also a factional advantage if you look at this. So this is the, these are the Graveborn. Those are Lightbringers. We've got Maulers and I don't know, Nature. I actually forget what they call those things. And right now we have a Graveborn against my Lightbringer. So this Gravebringer, you can see the icons there, is going to do larger percentage of damage against Lucius, which is not ideal. And actually this guy also does an additional damage against Shamir. So let's swap these just like this. We'll keep these over here, and that'll work well. Okay, so his Shamira got locked down. My tank's getting CC'd, but that's fine. We have an ultimate off Shamira, and that's AoE damage against the whole team. We're gonna have an ult from Rosaline. Oh wow, yeah. Shamira's just so strong. So we got the first ult, because I had Rosaline, which was supporting Shamira. Even though they had haste, I was still able to take that. It's a good CC'er. The rest of these really aren't that strong or important, so. That last one was a boss battle, and this is not. Lost our tank again. It's okay. That's what he's there to do. Absorb damage, be the front line. There's a lot of things going on behind the scenes that are pretty strong. So it looks like my team is definitely strong enough to pull this off. Obviously, mostly anchored around Shamira. So let me show you another lineup here. Like, let's say instead of using Shamira, I use that tank that we talked about earlier. Alright, so let's go ahead and put some gear on this tank. And we'll rotate over. This is just another kind of thing. Either way. So we're gonna swap out Shamira for a pretty strong tank, and he's highly ascended as well. He's a mythic, and Shamira's just one ascension over that. And I'll show you how it would go if I don't have Shamira. So we got one CC'd over there. My main tank, Lucius, dies. My second tank dies over here. CC ended from Fox. He's using his ultimate to purify everybody. He's trying to stun. We've got one support left in the middle. and the entire enemy team survives. So it is not an understatement, or it is not overstated to say you guys should probably get a Chimera as you're going through progression after 161. Chimera is okay before 160. I liked it. I used it. But it's after 161 when she gets a crit bonus that makes her clean sweep like this. There are definitely a lot of different ways to build your teams. This is just the best. No, it's not necessarily the best, but it is a very, very, very good one. Might be able to find some abstract other scenarios that work well too. So here we have Brutus. Brutus is pretty annoying. He just lives through kind of everything. That's his ultimate. He becomes immune to damage. And this guy's extremely high single target DPS, but he stops at level 160. You can't take him higher than that. He doesn't ascend further, I should say. And so in the game, though, they have a white border there. That means it is ascended. So they bypassed kind of the rules of the game to make this guy up even higher level than my Chimera, which is pretty funny. So he's one of the best single target DPSs in the game, so he won't be fun. He's going after Lucius, so you immediately two-shot him. Alright, but we're gonna get some damage on him. Hopefully Brutus is out of the CC over there. Chimera's ultimate's almost up. Took a spear hit. That ultimate's gonna kill him. So that's Savius, he went down. Brutus is still alive though, using his ultimate. You see all these immunes. He cleared everybody, but Chimera lives through, and by the time we got over, we got another Chimera ult. And each one of these heroes actually has like a full backstory. I did read this one since it was my main hero. It's like, what's going on here? Like, they have pages of lore. It's pretty impressive what they put into what's a free mobile game. But, like I said, very, very easily pay to win, so make sure you are spending the amount that you want to and no more than that. Okay, so all these guys that are dying, they're healing him. Ooh, this is looking bad. Oh, this is looking bad. I'm gonna go down. Dang. Alright, so we got our first loss. So let's try to work through this. So we're still only on 2012. How about that? So the problem with this is they have 5 Graveborns. 5 Graveborns has a faction bonus. If you have 5 of the same faction, you have 25% extra attack, 25% health. And when he lives, well, when anything else dies, my guys or his guys, he gains health. So for me to have my biggest DPS against them isn't ideal. We need to find a way to take out their backlines. So I'm going to take off Rosaline. We're going to grab Lorson in here. And we're going to swap this. So Lorson's going to connect this front guy to the back one. And Chimera is going to DPS mostly these two. Fox is going to be a good CC still. And I don't necessarily think Lucius is strong enough to withstand that. But we'll see if he can just live through that for a little bit. We'll give it a swap here. So see how these are connected by that line? So the damage on the front is being transferred to the back lines, which we really want Chimera to hit some of the back lines. Chimera also almost has an ultimate. There it is. So we're going to kill the tank over here, which gives Chimera another ult. We got the back line killed, so it's Chimera versus Chimera. Their Chimera went down, and it's just Naru left versus my Chimera. And we got it. So that's what I'm talking about, where these kinds of things ends up being like a little mini boss, and like there are raid mechanics in a sense where you kind of have to solve the problems. And to me, that's been really fun. I really like that a lot. Alright, so let's go back to our standard team until we have any other problems. And if you lose, you can just basically retry. In fact, because there's RNG in the numbers and things like that, a lot of times you'll want to try a boss that you're stuck on like 20 times, basically. If you're really, really adamant about the game, just keep on slamming that. Chimera ultimate, you guys should be able to start recognizing it. So all those coins stun the enemies and then buff my allies. Rowan is one of the best heroes you can get. Chimera is great for sure, but dang, get a Rowan if you can. This little guy's cool. He's got a duck on his head. Look at that. Just keep saying, hey, little buddy.
Hey, need supplies?
That guy, he's cool.
Hey, take what you need.
Gives everybody coins, see? The animations are pretty good. I like the stories for the heroes. It's a well-designed...
Buddy, go!
Oh, little buddy. It's a well-designed game. It's free. I had a good time. Yeah, like I said, Corrosion got me into it before TwitchCon. I've been playing it since. Got all these streamers, and I was like, all right, we're doing this. Let's have some fun. It's been really good. Should be interesting. It's a really strong backline defense or offense. That's gonna cut through my line, meaning probably Rowan's gonna die soon. I'll have the CC here. I don't often do this, but I'm gonna try to move Rowan over here because Strild is literally gonna kill him, and he can die as long as he CCs somebody for 7 seconds. That's good enough. Then Rowan's abilities will mostly hit Lucius, and that's okay. It's not ideal, but it's okay. It might keep him alive. All right, yeah, Fox died immediately. So did Lucius, but Rowan lived. Rowan's actually completely off on his own though. He's gonna stun him with the coins. Look at that. He has no life, nothing. He hit him with that ultimate, it stunned him just long enough to take Shamir damage. So it did work. Alright, so we're chapter 20, stage 16 now. That's cool. Let's swap that back. Got some maulers here. Shouldn't be too bad. So the reason I can fight these teams that are so much higher power than me, like they're a quarter stronger than me, and those actually are really good indications. Usually if you have a team that's like 10k stronger or 20k stronger, it wins. If you're looking at like 5 versus 5 and they're not just NPC heroes or something like that, if it's a player team or using these kind of heroes that we're facing, like Brutus for example. But it's really based around Shamira, and then Fox is a CC, and then this guy bringing up Shamira's power, and just how strong Rowan is, and Lucius buying time. So it's a pretty good team for synergy. Kind of just has a lot more than an additive effect, which has barely lived there. And the only team I found a little bit more survivable, if I like have to go up against a really stacked enemy, is subbing out Rosaline for
From the ashes,
this one,
I rise again.
Taline. So this is basically a phoenix. So when it dies, it just comes back. And since my team
Reborn.
is kind of based around Shamira, everybody else kind of dies except for Shamira. So when she dies early, she slowly regenerates health until she's at half health, and then she comes back into the battlefield. So I'll use Fox to CC Taline here to come back into the fight instead of Rosalind, and that actually has been probably like my most resilient combo that's hardest to remove. But I like buffing Shamira, it makes these fights faster, and that's what this team is based around. Let's see, she has mythic enhanced gear. I think we have one more and then another boss. Alright, so we're 1/3 of the way through. What's really cool is after chapter 20, stage 60, we're gonna get new access to things in the shop. Oh, people are going down. Only have 2 left. Oh, Shamira died. Oh, that's awful. Alright, so say we didn't notice what happened and we want to figure that out. You can actually click on the stats at the bottom and it shows you the attack damage, the healing done, how much damage was taken to each individual hero, and then you can actually replay the battle. It's pretty cool. So let's replay it. Whoops, hang on. Let's replay it at 1x speed and let's watch. So here we're CCing Shamira's target. So you can also pause and look at what's happening. So Shamira was basically in the middle of damaging, but we lost that one. We've got knockback CCs and assassin damage against my tank Lucius. It looks as if Shamira got charmed by Nemoria. That's one of the nature heroes. And so charming Shamira meant she attacked Rosaline. Yeah, so Shamira actually kills Rosaline, which is kind of interesting because of this guy. By this point, we have K-Sauce, who's pretty strong. He'll throw axes and beat the back line there. So the three of them ganged up on Lucius there. And then Fox gets the ultimate that only purifies him. By that time, Shamira is actually killed by this, which really should not ever kill Shamira. Okay, so if things go wrong, you can kind of slow down the battle. You can replay it. You can really look at what's happening. So, all right, we have a couple issues here. Probably number one, we actually CC this guy, and he's not that big of a threat. This turning my main DPS against my own team is a pretty big problem. So I don't like that. I don't think I have Arden, do I? I have a really weak Arden. Arden's nice because he'll CC the backline and prevent them from doing most of the things they need, but he's only an Epic Plus, so he's really not that strong. Let's see, what can we do? So, I'm probably not going to want Rosaline here. I'm probably going to just want more DPS. To do that, I can sub out Rosaline for Belinda. We already added a bunch of gear there. But let's fix the gear. So Rosaline is going to be ungeared. And we're going to swap the gear over and increase the power of Belinda. And then we're moving the medium armor off of Fox because he was CCing basically my first target. And we're going to put it on Athelia, who's an assassin. Alright, let's rebuild the team, try to get through this. So we don't want Rosaline, we want Belinda for damage. We don't want Fox because we don't need any of these really CC'd. But we do need burst damage to stop them from using their CCs. So we're going to put Athelia right here to go after their healer. And the rest looks pretty good, actually. Let's put Rowan over here so that we're increasing the attack speed of Shamira. I don't really want these grass guys, the natural ones. I don't really want them on Shamira. That one's going to be bad enough. Although we do have a Lightbringer versus Mauler. Factional damage of 25%, which is important. So why don't we swap this? I think that might be better. So we're going to have Belinda go for K-Sauce here. Lucius and Belinda is going to fight K-Sauce and take the damage from this, because that hurt my Shamira last time. We have Shamira going through a tank and an assassin. This could be a problem because CCs on Shamira is definitely not ideal, but this way we have Rowan buffing Shamira, and I think that takes care of the problem. Let's see. Alright, so we got the assassin on their healer. Wow, my healer went down, or my DPS went down immediately. That's a problem. Also, we didn't kill their healer yet. My assassin went down. Shamira got an ultimate off. Rowan, can you stun? Stun? Okay, good. Rowan's ultimate's going to stun all of these guys. That gives Shamira another time for a second ultimate. And it worked. That was a close one. That was a close one. You see how once you know what each of these heroes does, it's really interesting. You can kind of build around what you want to get done on the battlefield. It's fun. I actually find it really fun. Alright, so Shamira's good. I want to keep Belinda. I also want him to be stronger. Belinda's a really good DPS. So these artifacts all do their own specific thing. So this actually increases the ultimate, how fast they get the ultimate. And since his ultimate makes everybody else's, well, stuns enemies if they're nearby, which we needed at that last round. But also it increases the energy for my team so that they can use their ultimates more. Alright, so we want the best gear on Belinda. There are 3 different types of gear. You got strength, intelligence, and agility. So Shamira's an intelligence hero, Belinda's an intelligence, Rowan's an intelligence hero. So I have my best intelligence gear right here on Shamira, obviously. Second best is going to go for Belinda for this next lineup, and then Rowan can get the third best. As long as he has this to keep generating that ultimate, that'll be pretty good. And let's see if we have any other mythic chests. I do not. But that's okay. Mythic is the red gear, and Legendary is gold. And if you see these triangles on the side, that's Legendary plus. Alright. Cool. So this is a boss battle. The last one wasn't even a boss battle, you guys. So we're going to clear out that team. We're going to put Shamira, Lucius. Let's go with Rowan. Belinda will be good here. And what was probably Fox, I guess. So actually we have this guy again. That's such a problem. I do not like this guy. Whenever it turns my best DPS against me, that's the worst thing that can happen. The only other, really, I don't know. Let's try this maybe. It's possible. That's a single target CC. It's a charm basically. Maybe it'll go to Lucius and not Shamir. We'll see. Now we're outmatched by about 400,000. Okay, we got a CC against Brutus. That's good. Lucius has his ultimate. That's shielding everybody. Shamir's about to get her ultimate. Rowan got his. That's fantastic. We're looking pretty good. Belinda's. That's DPS from her. Then we got Shamir's ultimate. Backline's going down. My tank's down. So is Fox. Fox always does. It's okay. Brutus is full health, but we have enough power against him. And he goes down. Cool. Alright. We're ripping right through this, you guys. So I think we're on stage 21. These are strong, but nothing too concerning. Yeah, so I'm basically like 1,000,000 power right now. My tank dies immediately. And they're at 1,430,000. So Belinda goes down. Oh, we're about to have a Shamir ultimate. That's what we need. I don't like this guy. He screws me up badly. Oh no. Oh no! I don't know why I didn't even notice this guy. Yeah, this is a rough one to deal with. He gets these rage stacks, and he just CCs us so well. So that didn't work. We did lose there. So let's run it one more time. Let me just see what's going on. I'm going to cut down the speed to a 1 time. So we CC the backline. Lucius gets teleported to the back and then dies immediately. The bear is over here. You can't really even see him. Okay, so we CC'd Shamira. Let's see. There's my Shamira ultimate. So we basically need to protect Shamira better. We almost have this bear. Shamira has her ultimate but can't use it because she CC'd. Oh, we got it, we got it, we got it. Just freaking barely. This centaur, whenever he goes below like 40% health, he starts taking like the smallest amount of damage. It's so hard to fight through that. This guy, check him out. So he's not an ascended hero, but he's still very good. Right here, any damage that Golas receives will be reduced by 40% when his health drops below 40%. So he goes basically below 40%, and we start doing 60% damage to him. So it's a challenge. Now, as you go through these stages, you finish your quests. So we get diamonds for finishing stage 24, chapter 20, stage 8, chapter 20, stage 12, stage 16. Oh, that's nice. Check this out. So we're actually getting a mythic intelligence weapon. So that's 2020. Oh, let's check that one out. I've got a lot of good gear. This guy. Looks like we got this. Okay, so what we wanted was a little symbol on it. That shows that it's a faction bonus. If somebody of that faction uses it, then you have a 30% increase. So... and you actually use this gear to enhance other gear, which is pretty cool. What's also nice is if you enhance like a purple thing to 5 stars, and it takes so much gear in order to do that, and then you later use that piece of gear, like if I would use this enhanced piece of gear to help one of my mythic pieces of gear, that entire enhancement material, that all transfers. The only thing you lose is the gold, because you have to spend gold in order to enhance, but your overall resources that go into it, they get transferred. So you can feel better about enhancing gear early, except for the fact that you would lose the gold and you want to get it back. So I've been restraining some of my enhancements. I have 174 million gold. I'm waiting for those factional pieces of mythic, and then I try to enhance those to 5 stars. Alright, so we won last round. Let's keep going. Got the backline CC'd. Looks good. Another solid standard win. You guys just got to work on your Chimeras. Once you get those, you can really start sailing through. You'll probably get an Ascended Chimera around chapter 10 or 11. Not an Ascended, sorry. You'll probably get like a level 161 Chimera around there. And that'll make it so much easier to progress through these chapters. Wow, I immediately lost this guy. So he has another bear, which is not good for me. This bear is on Chimera. No. Okay, come on. Oh! Dang it. Those punches went right through him. Ah, that's such a strong hero. Alright, so we need to figure out another way to do this. We got Brutus. Actually, I don't even know this guy's name. What's his name? Does that tell me? Alright, whatever. It's that guy. That's nothing. That's nothing. That's high DPS. So, really what my problem is I don't have enough tanks right now. So, what we're going to do is we're going to sub out Belinda for... I don't know if this will work. He's not Ascended, but he's one of the Hypogeans, which is an ultra rare hero. And he has some really good skills. Like, his skills are actually crazy. So it causes an explosion. If anybody stands in it, they take damage, but it reduces the attack ratings of everyone in the damage by 40%. So it cuts down on the damage I take, which could give me just enough time for my Chimeras to do what it needs to. This launches a shockwave towards all enemies that inflicts a bunch of damage, rendering them unable to cast their ultimates. Prevents enemies from using ultimates for 2 seconds every time one of Ease's teammates uses an ultimate ability. See, that's the kind of thing that really helps a team fight win. So his mind's control furthest, the enemy furthest away from him, so it just pulls him closer, so it's a CC, and reduces the attack rating of him again. Enrages his teammates, allowing him to regain 40 energy points. So he would have 200,000 health. He would have... See, the thing is, my Lucius is dying right away, and he's a lot stronger. He's at 330,000 health. He's at 4,000 defense. It's a pretty good chance he's gonna die, but just maybe we can stack these tanks, and it'll give me an edge. I'm gonna try something I almost never do, and we're gonna put 2 tanks front and back there, and just maybe they can make that line stronger. We'll see. So Lucius literally just died immediately. So did he. Oh, my both the tanks just died as fast as the battle started. We have an ultimate off of Chimera, which is exactly what we needed. And we had a follow-up ult from Fox, which removed all of the buffs the enemy team had. So, amazingly enough, that worked. I don't think it was because of the tank play. I think it was because Chimera just got an early ultimate. This guy's super cool, but unless you get a lot of these heroes, and they're so rare to get, unless you get a lot of them and ascend them, they're just not going to be strong enough. Alright, so let's find another hero. Let's mess around with this. This assassin's just always good. So we'll have a CC'er with Fox. Okay, this is a boss stage too. Actually, if these are the heroes, let's see. Probably Lorson, actually. I think Lorson would be better. Lorson connects the front line to the back line, so the damage gets transferred. Alright, so let's do Lorson.
I will not let you do this.
What's this even do? So at level 10 unlocks. So when a linked enemy by Gale Force dies, Lorson receives a permanent 40 haste until the end of the battle. That's pretty good. Don't actually have enough of those. It is pretty good. I mostly need Lorson for boss fights though, because it increases the ultimate damage by 60%, So I don't really want to enhance the mythic item from Lorson. I just kind of want to use him for utility. So what we want to do is basically kill this guy. He's also a big problem, and so is this. So this is not good for him to absorb 30% of Shamira's defense. That's very, very bad. But I also need damage to transfer across the board. And we already looked at his ability. When he's less than 40%, he takes 40% less. So that won't be great for getting damage across. Let's run this. Let's see which one Fox CCs. Maybe we don't need Fox. Fox CCs, but basically one of them, so I wanted to kill right away. So we have an assassin on Shamira right now. Lorson dies immediately, but they're connected, and that works. Look, she died before the frontliners. That's what we needed. And there we have it. And that's a win, you guys. That's a win. Look at his little potion stand there. That's cool. Alright, so we're at stage 2024. Build Shamira ult. After a boss, you usually get these chaff heroes. Heroes that aren't amazing. We'll have like 1 or 2 ascended. I mean, still kill my whole team, but that's because we're progressing into a really high rating at this point. But yeah, why don't we call it there? So we did chapter 20 up to stage 25. This is my first AFK arena video on the YouTube channel, so if you guys liked it, leave a like, let me know. And if we get the 100 likes, like I said, I'll open 100 heroes and I'll show you guys what that is. If not, I'll just keep playing it off stream or offline. But I did want to show you guys because I actually really like this game. It's been pretty fun. So, all right, thanks for watching, guys.